Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Well, today is going to be a flea market finds video of sorts. Didn't actually go to a flea market. My wife had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and about a mile up the road from her doctor's office is a half-price books. I don't know if any of you guys out there have a half-price books near you, but it's definitely a small chain in the Indianapolis area. There's at least 3 or 4 locations that I'm familiar with, and what half-price books is a place where it's a bookseller that sells gently used books at, well, half price or less. And frequently you can go in there and find some really, really good deals on books. And that's what I'm going to show you some of these that I picked up yesterday that I was very excited about. The first one, it's called Life at the Limit, Triumph and Tragedy in Formula One by Professor Sid Watkins, with a foreword by Niki Lauda. Those are 2 very important names in the Formula One world. Give you a picture of the front and the back. You know, it does have some pictures in here. I'm not going to go through those. Not really anything graphic, but I don't think a lot of my viewers are enough into Formula One to really grasp how important this book is. The second one I think is kind of fun. I'm going to read it, and I told my buddy Ken at work, I said I'm going to let him borrow this one when I get done reading it, but it's called Confessions of a Baseball Card Addict, the story of a man who acquired 10 million cards and managed to stay married. So I'm interested to see what this guy's story is. Not sure when this book was written, but definitely have to get that one quickly read. This next set of magazines, I only paid $1 each for these magazines, so I was super excited about this. Obviously, I left the price tag on this one. This one's called Roll, Crash, and Burn 2, World's Wildest Wrecks. It looks like it has a stock car racing label there, but it's just all sorts of different. Of course, there's the Richard Petty flip. It comes with a huge poster of Petty's flip, which I couldn't believe. There's a couple other shots of it. Not going to go into detail with it. It has all sorts of different Indy car, sprint car, modifieds, dirt cars. Just some interesting photos over the years of some random crashes. Of course, I'm not a crash aficionado, but, you know, it does kind of, I'm not going to say exploit, but it gives you a little bit of look into, you know, the photography of racing. Apologize, I'm making some noise here, just kind of shuffling some stuff around, making room for the rest of the books that I'm going to show you. Got another magazine, and I didn't realize how old this one was till I got it home. It's from November of 1980, Stock Car Racing magazine. Personalities, Rick Newsom and Lucky in NASCAR, Herschel Buchanan, almost said McGriff, and Tommy Helfrich. Got all sorts of stories in here. Anybody that's familiar with Stock Car Racing magazine knows there's tons of ads for different components, chassis, engines, etc. There's articles about NASCAR. One that I was going through here and thought was really good is the Pocono 500 in 1980, the Coke 500 at Pocono. And that was the race that Richard Petty had the crash that he broke his neck in. There you see him getting out of the car. Car got almost upside down. There it is, sliding, continues sliding. But if you look in the serial scoring, 12th position there, I believe that was Tim Richmond's first. I believe it was his first race. I could be wrong. I know he ran his first race at Pocono, but very, very cool if that is. Up next, from October of 1983, we have a Circle Track Racing magazine. This one has Busch 420 from Nashville, the Cup Series, the Volunteer 300, which was an ASA/All-Pro Series combination race at Nashville, the Oxford 250, Stroh's Free State 100, and the Volusia Street Stock 100. So a lot of nice coverage in here. Then there's all the technical stuff you get involved with it. And then it has a World of Outlaws, a Sprint Pictorial Mid-Season Special. Not going to go through this one. The cover's kind of a little bit loose on it, so I don't want to run that risk on that one. But Circle Track did put out a lot of great magazines in the 80s and early 90s. Also from 1983, December, another Circle Track. It has coverage of the Champion Sparkplug 400 from Michigan, NASCAR Winston Cup Series. The Knoxville National, so it's got a review of the action from Knoxville. I'm not sure about who this is, but I can identify that really quickly as Sammy Swindell. Who do we have here? Doug Wolfgang. Okay, so Doug Wolfgang. Maybe Dave Blaney might be in this one. I'm not real sure. Just kind of thumbed through it real quick. But I know Kinzer's in there. from May of 1983, a special indie issue, so it's kind of a preview. 83 March the Craco March preview of the Craco team. Of course, Mike Mosley was driving this car. I believe he was killed at Milwaukee later in this season. Article about Bill Vukovich and the Offie retrospect and cutaway, the Offenhauser car that ran so dominantly, I believe, back in the 50s at Indianapolis. So you got some information here. The I guess you call it the tech. And what do we have up here in the corner? An Outlaw Stalker. And I was going through this, and I'm going to share this on the Speedrome page when I get a chance on Facebook, and I got to find it. But it's got a really cool shot there of a figure 8 car from the Speedrome back in the 1982-83. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with the folks on the Speedrome page on Facebook. I think they will really, really like that one. Also, this is another magazine from August of 1984. This is Stock Car Racing Magazine. That first book I showed you had that same almost letterhead, if you will, or banner, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure who this guy is, but he's working on an engine. This is from the spring race in Atlanta of 1984, which would be Benny Parsons' last points-paying Winston Cup Series win. Of course, he would win Atlanta in 1986 in the Atlanta Invitational. And then 1987, he would win one of the qualifying races in Daytona, driving for Rick Hendrick. Here's some of the top stories within this magazine. Bill Elliott looks like was out. Ivan Stewart and Tom McEwen on the back for Coors Light. And I'll just run through this real quick. And it's just, again, lots of articles on certain stock car racing all across the U.S. A lot of different ads for parts, components, etc., engines, chassis, tires, wheels, etc. You name it, you could find it in those magazines. Got 3 hardcover books here I'm going to show you guys real quick. These, however, were not $1. They were a little bit more. First one up is an Earnhardt Family Racing album compiled by Circle Track and Stock Car Racing Magazine. A lot of great pictures in this from those publications. There's the back of it. Of course, this picture's from the 2000 running of the Winston All-Star Race. Earnhardt with his Peter Max hat on. Dale Jr., of course, won the All-Star Race in 2000. I believe Dale Earnhardt, finished 4th in that race. This one I'm looking forward to kind of reading. It's called Tire Wars Racing with Goodyear. So you can just tell by the front there, it covers a lot of the racing history of Goodyear. Looks like you got some IMSA, Formula 1, MotoGP, obviously 500. There's more Formula 1 there. IROC, more Formula 1, IndyCar or Formula 1 back in the day. Monster trucks. Don't see NASCAR represented on the front. Maybe they think the IROC's good enough. Then on the back, just kind of gives you a brief synopsis of the book and the Goodyear's history. So I kind of thumbed through it earlier. A lot of really cool pictures in there. I'm not going to show you guys the pictures because I just can't get it close enough to justify it. And then the last book that I picked up was Cart 1988/89, The Men and Machines of IndyCar Racing. Hardback book, very nice. I'll show you the spine of it. The Men and Machines of Cart. It's basically a review of the 1988 IndyCar season. And then the back of it has a Volkswagen ad, which is really odd for hardback books. But we'll try to get a couple pictures in here. There you go. You got Johnny Rutherford right here. Ed Pym, who spent some time in IndyCar. Dennis Vitolo, who in 1994 ended up on the back of Nigel Mansell's car under caution in Turn 3. Scott Pruitt, who went on to have a reasonably well IndyCar career, ran some NASCAR, mostly known for his IMSA and road racing success. Rich Vogler, who was tragically killed in 1990. I believe it was at Salem. Taro Palmroth, kind of a journeyman driver in the IndyCar series. Then the drivers that finished up higher in the points kind of had more coverage. Arie Luyendyk, there's his stats for the 1988 season. Did reasonably well. Teo Fabi with Porsche's entry. That's Emerson Fittipaldi. You had Mario Andretti, Rick Mears. So a lot of great pictures, a lot of great articles in this particular book. Can't wait to sit down and read this as well. So I got a lot of reading to do. I'm trying to get the books and magazines and everything organized here. It's just so chaotic. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We'll get back to doing some cards soon. Like I said, I do have those hero cards from the Indianapolis Speedrome. I'm still sorting those out. And I want to make a video for you guys because I know you all will enjoy it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And we will see you tomorrow.